Level 1. The Seeker. 1992, San Diego, California. You were 26 years old, and you were exhausted in a way that sleep cannot fix. Your marriage dissolved 8 months ago. Your lease ended 30 days after that. You've been rotating between a coworker's couch and your car, a 1987 Honda Civic with a broken heater and a check engine light that has been on so long you've stopped seeing it. You are not a weak person. You want to believe that. But the math of your life keeps coming up wrong, and you have started to wonder, quietly, in the dark of that car, whether any of it means anything at all. That's when you see the flyer. It's stapled to a telephone pole outside a laundromat. Plain white paper, black ink, no images. It reads, "Does your soul feel out of place on this earth? You may be ready to leave it behind." You almost walk past it. Almost. The meeting is held in a rented community room above a dry cleaning business. Folding chairs, fluorescent lights. A man stands at the front, silver-haired, calm-eyed, soft-voiced. He calls himself Doe. He tells you the earth is not your home. He tells you your restlessness is not a flaw. It is a signal, a recognition, that you are, in his words, a soul from the next level above human, temporarily housed in a vehicle, a body, that was never meant to feel at home here. He looks at you when he says it, not at the room, at you. And something in your chest, some locked, aching thing, quietly opens. Level 2. The Student. 1993. You move into the group house 3 weeks later. There are 22 of you in a rented property in the hills. You surrender your car, your phone, your legal name. Doe assigns you a new one, a name ending in Odie. It sounds strange in your mouth at first. Then it sounds like the only name you've ever had. The days have a structure now. You wake at the same hour. You eat the same meals. Simple, small, communal. You study for 6 hours a day. The curriculum is Doe's teachings, cross-referenced with the Christian Bible, cross-referenced with Star Trek, cross-referenced with a cosmology that, on paper, should sound insane. But he delivers it without theater, without desperation. He delivers it the way a physics professor explains gravity, as though it is simply true, and your confusion is just a temporary gap in your understanding. You are told to detach from all human mammalian behaviors. Romantic love is a trap of the lower kingdom. Family is a distraction engineered by Luciferian forces to keep souls tethered to the earth. You write a letter to your mother. You tell her you are well. You do not give an address. You do not call. You feel, for the first time in years, that you are part of something. You do not yet feel the walls. Level 3. The Crew Member. 1994 to 1995. You travel now. The group moves constantly. Rented houses in New Mexico, in Wyoming, in Colorado. You were never told where you were going until you were already in the van. This is not presented as control. It is presented as practice. Detachment from place. Detachment from preference. Detachment from self. Doe begins teaching about the evolutionary level above human in more specific terms. The next level has spacecraft. The next level has workers, beings who have successfully shed their human containers and now operate in service of the universe's true hierarchy. You are being trained to qualify for that transition. The mechanism of that transition is not yet made explicit, but the word deposit begins appearing in teachings. Doe says certain souls have been given a deposit, a seed, by the next level. a biological tag that makes them different from ordinary humans. He says not everyone in the group necessarily has it. He says it will become clear over time who truly belongs. You begin watching the others. They begin watching you. Trust becomes a performance. Doubt becomes something you bury. Your sleep is shallow. You dream of spacecraft. Level 4. The Committed. 1996. The group numbers around 40 now. Some left in the early years. Doe called it choosing to stay behind. He did not seem angry. He seemed, if anything, mildly sad. The way a doctor is sad when a patient refuses treatment. You have been here long enough to see the architecture of the belief system clearly. Long enough that you no longer see it as architecture. You see it as reality. Doe announces that the time is approaching. A comet, Hale-Bopp, is tracked across the sky. Astronomers call it a once-in-a-generation celestial event. Doe calls it a transport craft. He says a next-level vessel is traveling in its wake, cloaked from human instruments, coming to collect the graduating class. He says the graduation will require leaving your vehicle behind. He does not say dying. He says exiting. You sit with this. You roll it around. You search yourself for fear or resistance. You find very little. This is what concerns you distantly, that you find very little. But Doe says the absence of fear is confirmation. It means the deposit is real. It means you are ready. You believe him. You do not know when you stopped questioning whether you should. Level 5. The Inner Circle. Early 1997. There are things you now know that the newer members do not. You know that Doe is ill. You know that he has wrestled with the timeline before, that there were moments years ago when he believed the departure was imminent, and it did not come. You know that those years of waiting hollowed something out of him that was never fully refilled. You know that a small group, 8 men, voluntarily underwent castration. A surgical excision of mammalian drive, they called it. A physical commitment to the next level. You were not asked. You are not sure if you would have said yes. You are not sure if that uncertainty marks you as less evolved. You sleep 4 hours a night. There is always more to do. More recordings to make, more website updates to post, more of Doe's teachings to transcribe and archive. You are building, he tells you, a record for future seekers, for souls who will arrive after the graduation and need a map. The thought that you are leaving a map for people who will never know you makes you feel, briefly, enormous, vast, important in a way that your old life never offered. Then the feeling passes, and you return to the keyboard, and you type. Level 6. The Recording. March 1997. Rancho Santa Fe, California. The house is large and very quiet. 39 of you. Bunk beds in the rooms. Matching black clothing folded neatly. Nike decades on 39 pairs of feet. The house is clean in a way that feels deliberate, like something prepared for inspection or for posterity. Doe films testimonials. Each member sits before the camera and speaks, calmly, clearly, even with flashes of humor, about their decision. You watch the others deliver their testimonials with something approaching serenity, and you match it. Or you perform matching it. You can no longer locate the boundary between the two. You call it a happy graduation. You write that phrase in your own testimonial, You sit up straight. You look into the lens. You say you are not being coerced. You say this is your free choice. You say you are excited. The camera does not blink. Neither do you. Level 7. The Departure. March 22nd to 26th, 1997. The phenobarbital is mixed into pudding, applesauce. Some choose vodka as a chaser. You eat in shifts over 3 days, 15 the first night, 15 the second, 9 the last. The routine is careful, almost tender. Those who have already gone are laid on their beds, their faces covered with purple shrouds, their hands at their sides. The ones still living tuck in the ones who have gone, then return to the kitchen and prepare the next portion. It does not look, from the outside, like fear. It does not look like coercion. The bodies, when the sheriff's deputies finally enter 5 days later, are peaceful, arranged, the Nike shoes all facing the same direction. It looks, the investigators will later say, like something organized, like something rehearsed. Level 8. The Signal Left Behind. After. The website stays live for years. Doe's recordings, thousands of hours, remain uploaded, indexed, searchable. The map you helped build still exists. It still receives visitors. The comet Hale-Bopp completed its passage. No vessel emerged from its tail. No next-level craft descended. Scientists cataloged it, photographed it, and moved on to the next discovery. The Earth did not end. The sky did not open. 39 people waited their whole lives to leave a world that never asked them to stay. And in the end, they were the ones who left. The deposit, Doe once told you, was real. It had always been real. You believed him. That was always the only thing required of you. You believed him.